this is where I've had a difficult time understanding. Why would the act of sacrifice, like so, Jesus is, which is he's basically sacrificing himself. He agrees to do this.
Yeah.
Why does that save people?
Yeah. And so maybe I probably didn't articulate this well, but really it's because we have to have, so when you look at the Bible as a whole, even starting at the Old Testament, what you have is like humans are separated from God. They're separating themselves from God because they're trying to go their own way. And so like
Mm-hmm.
our sin nature believes that we can get all of our happiness. We don't need God. We can get all of these things apart from God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we separate ourselves from God through sin. But if you look at the Old Testament too, there was always a sacrifice of a perfect animal. It was like they got these unblemished animals and stuff in the Old Testament, and then they would be used as a mediator between God because of the pureness of the animal, and it was really kind of symbolic too at that time as well. Oh yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, okay, yeah, kinda. So
Okay,
okay, I get that as a mediation between. Okay, I can kind of understand that.
yeah,
I've just had a hard time, like, these things resonate with me on a level that I can't exactly describe, but I've had a hard
right,
time understanding why is it sacrifice? Why is
yeah,
that's what saves you?
yeah. It really is
It's
because of
complicated.
it is. No, it is. I think it's because you would need like kind of like going back to that example what I said about like being in a perfect God's presence. You need perfection of that sort, right? And so if you aren't perfect, the way you become rightly related to God is through the a sacrifice of someone that is perfect. And so like Jesus is the fulfillment of the New Testament. So Jesus becomes that unblemished lamb, that perfect sacrifice for us because his life is perfect. And so it's his imputed righteousness that we get from believing. And so if we believe, we get that imputed righteousness on our behalf. So that way God sees, because of God's perfect mercy and justice as well, too, right? Yeah, I'm jumping over topics. I'm sorry, but on
No,
his
no,
perfect,
no.
okay, good. So his perfect, so God is perfect in justice, right? And so if a judge is perfectly just, he has to punish every single wrongdoing, right? And it's also the thing that's separating us between God, right? But God is also perfectly merciful. And so because he's perfectly merciful, he made a way for us to be rightly related to him. And that was through the sacrifice of Jesus. If that makes sense.